Hello and welcome to episode 4 of T-Shirt Joe's Fast Custom Podcast, sponsored by DWN Productions, here at BOYGOB.com and the now missing YouTube page. I don't know, used to come up when I searched for it. Now it's back to the fucking showing Boy Job and then show, did you mean Boy Gob? Yeah, you know I did, you fuck. So we said something fucked us that got us, quote, shadow banned, as the kids say.
Yeah, sure. Um, hey, Tom, you've had a week, it seems, or a weekend.
So it's been a week. It's been a life there, Joe.
Okay. All right. And tell us about the travails you've been having.
Yeah, fucking, like, just work-wise, the masks I've been pouring for AXE, Hala Azul, Ilu, for anybody else who doesn't know. And anybody else who doesn't know, good luck trying to fucking Google search that. But yeah, I guess like we had a freeze as they call it, a week or two back, and it was below temperature. So I'm just like, yeah, that's probably making the latex so it doesn't dry for 2 days or so. It's cool. It's going to warm up and everything will be all right. So it's been warmed up for a good week now, and still, yeah, taking a good 2 days, which should really only take about 12 hours or so. And I'm pretty goddamn sure that I put too much paint in that latex. Because I remember the first pulls I did, they were all right and dried on time. And I'm just like, you know what? The white just isn't white enough. But is it ever, Joe? Anyways, so I'm just like, yeah, I'll put some more white paint in there because it still has like a yellowish hue to it. And I guess that just fucked everything up. And, now it's taken 2 days for the shit to cure. And I swear I never knew which one it was going to be. Every 2 days, it was a magical surprise. And I'd pull the fucking mask out of the mold and it would just rip. Just totally fucking rip in half because, oh, I guess the middle wasn't dry yet after these fucking 2 days. So a whole shit ton of those went in the fucking garbage. But those are done now, and I mixed up the black latex, which went great. They're pouring how they're pulling and drying and all that shit how they're supposed to. And I'm just like, oh, it's getting a little thick. Gotta thin this stuff down a little bit. So instead of grabbing the fucking ammonia, I grab the vinegar, pour a good couple cups in there, and go, ah! And fucking dump what I can out of the fucking bucket. Some of the latex is coming out too, and it's doing weird shit. It's like hardening it up and like coagulating it into some kind of fucking blob monster and shit. It was fucking crazy. So I lost about 2 gallons of freshly mixed latex on that. Still had some in the bucket, so I put the ammonia in there. Hopefully didn't make cyanide, and then mixed it all up. Took one of the molds, brought it to the side. I was like, all right, this is going to be the tester to see if this latex is still good or not. So we'll find the fuck out tomorrow. Seems like it would be all right. But yeah, so that sucked a fucking dick. But hey, at least I'm working. Thanks.
Yeah, you got
And
that. Uh, yeah, I didn't really have any excitement this week other than it being cold. Yeah, the weather did screw with my chemicals a little bit, but I guess Friday it was back to a somewhat normal temperature and my emulsion was working properly and shit. So I went in yesterday and caught up on some stuff. Worked longer than I expected to, but shit needed to be done. This week the weather's supposed to be pretty good, so Got a lot of shit to crank out. The only thing I guess that I did stupid this week was and I just remembered right now when I saw it right here on this bench I'm sitting on, is I threw my wallet in the washing machine, so it got a good washing, and I guess I ruined the last of my business cards, and going through shit and seeing, well, fuck, do I need this? Do I need that? Most of it, I don't. You know, most of the shit I have in my wallet's just, what the fuck's this in here for? You know, but I do got like this punch card from Free Play. I noticed that I get free admission next time I go by. Yeah. And then I got this stamp card from Comics Asylum that's filled up, so I guess I get a discount next time I go over there. But yeah, I mean, credit cards don't get fucked up when they get wet, right?
Something might happen to the strip if they were in the dryer.
Yeah, I don't remember if they were in the dryer. I'd had a lot to drink last night, you see.
Yeah, you were up pretty late.
Yeah.
I scheduled a text to send you that you got around 1 o'clock, and this was, I sent it early in the morning. I was just like, oh no, Joe's a semi-normal person. He won't be up, so I locked the shop up. It was like 4 in the morning, and it was like, oh, I guess he was up. All right.
I was up till like 3:30 or something. I don't know. I guess I'll try these fucking cards somewhere and see if they still work or not. Guess it'd be good to know, right?
Yeah. Hopefully those places are still in business.
Yeah, right. There is that for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I have some of these cards. Got a lot of these that are all wet and shit. Guess it's time to make another order. That's the old one too. Yeah. Oh, I still had some of the new ones. That's a little flimsy right now, Tom. Damp, I guess you could say. Yeah, and I guess I need to buy another fucking wallet.
I just ordered a promotional business product right before we started doing this. Getting ready for Trans World, erotic, and all the shows this season. I was just like, it's been a while. I'm gonna need a new banner.
Wow.
So I was just looking at shit, and I was just like, custom tablecloths. That seems way easier than fucking with a banner.
Yeah, it'll have your name printed across the front of the tablecloth.
Yeah, so I got that coming. That should be here in a couple weeks. And then I signed up for Texas Hunters Convention. Oh, nice.
Oh, biddy.
So I'll be doing that one with you.
All right. Well, that's if they get back to me,
No, they will in February. There's a thing on there that says people who registered or people who were there last year get first dibs until the 1st. So yeah, you'll be good. I looked at it today and there was still a bunch of fucking tables left, and there's only a couple more days left in the month, so you'll be all right.
All right, cool.
But yeah, fucking yesterday I was coming in the shop last night. I was just like, all right, let's get some of this shit fucking painted. And I looked over and I said, looks like water's coming from behind that wall now too. If you remember a couple weeks ago, it happened on the one side. So I scored the drywall, fucking cut it out. Yeah, there's some water dripping there. Luckily, it's not as bad as the other side. So I just patched up 2 little spots, put the drywall back on there. Or no, this was 2 nights ago. Last night I patched it up and put the drywall back on there.
Yeah.
But I was just like, you know what? On this 3rd wall, I don't see any water coming out of the fucking bottom, but if I'm doing this shit, better safe than sorry. So I scored what I could of the fucking drywall off, because there's like a built-in table on the wall right there that won't allow me to get down to cut the shit out anyways. So I'd have to unscrew this whole fucking table. And then at that time, I might as well just fucking go fuck myself. But anyways, I was just like, yeah, there's a couple little spots, but it doesn't look that bad, surprisingly. I guess that's because that's the side that the roof goes over, like, because you get those couple inches. So I was just like, all right, cool. I was like, it seems kind of weird. I'm just going to go on the outside and, push around the bottom just to make sure everything's good and I don't have to worry about anything. Push, push, finger goes all the way the fuck through. Oh, Christ. So now I got 6 feet, 7 feet, 8 feet, maybe 6 to 8 feet, maybe an inch or two deep is spots of fucking siding and wood that just all rotted out. Just taking a fucking pick, getting all that shit just scraped out like a fucking diseased tooth. Just getting all that shit out. Tomorrow, the old what I think a wood epox, I think is what it's called. Thank fuck I did this wall before, so I knew about this shit. Because if not, I would have fucking hung myself and just been like, it's over. I don't know how to take all this siding off the fucking thing. Well, I mean, I do, but I wouldn't trust myself to put new fucking siding on the house or on the shop and fuck with the windows. And because, it's like the outside of the house or the outside of the shop coming in, and holy shit, I would have went fucking nuts. But I found the structural grade fucking epoxy putty that this is what the fuck it's made for. So it's expensive, but it beats fucking going in there. And so I'm just mixing this shit up and just mashing it all the way the fucking when it comes, get it good and in there, and then I'll go over everything with the fucking wood filler Bondo or whatever, sand it down, paint it, and hope for the best. But yeah, I was just fucking thinks that's more money, of course, but I was just like, man, if I outlive this shop, it's gonna be fucking sad. I'm sure you have times where you think back to the old Corpus shop and you're just like, had some good times in there. I'll never be back. So, fuck. But yeah, it's fucked. Like 2 gallon buckets because it's an A-B mix that you just like kind of knead together in your hands. That was like $216. Hope it's enough.
Yeah. Never fun, but I mean, it beats paying somebody to come out there and do all the repairs and shit, It does eat up your time, which is precious as well. It puts you farther behind on this or that, but hey, what can you do, right?
Mm-hmm. What you can do is think about another world, like a multiverse. Figure like, I wonder what multiverse 616 Precious would be like. And Joe, I'll let you know, it would be like the lead character in this movie I watched called Botch. It's a new Tubi joint, a 2024 movie, if you will. And because I'm fucking very bad at plugging these things, I should say go check out Race War the remake that you can watch for free, also on Tubi. Always forget about that. But yeah, back to Botch, the hit new motion picture that's based on true events.
Oh,
So it's about uh a lady who, when she wasn't a lady and she was a kid, he was, getting taken advantage of by her stepfather, and she was called an ugly bitch and shit. There's like this flashback scene where she's a little kid, her mom's there, or maybe it's her adopted mom. Doesn't really matter, Joe, but she's there with her mother and father figure. The dad's fucking in there drunk, doing shit, just saying, fuck you to the mom, you bitch. Like hardcore punches her in the fucking chops. Everybody's fucking crying. And the dad leaves and the kid's just like, Mama, I gotta tell you something. At night, he's been coming into my bedroom. My man don't fucking want you. And fucking whips something at her head. Just like Precious. How the hell, that can't be a coincidence. That's fucked that this kind of thing happens where parents don't believe their kids. Oh, my man doesn't want to fuck you. How could that be the reaction to that, Joe?
People are fucking stupid, Tom.
Yep. I mean, for the good and the bad things, I always got to keep telling myself all kinds of people out there, old Tom. So, so yeah, it's her. Oh, and her dad figures out, and this ugly bitch ain't even mine. So she starts crying, and that's like the thing that sends her on her path of her wanting to become a plastic surgeon. It's like the whole time she's like, I just wanted to make women beautiful. So it starts out with her having, I think it's like one class left of medical school she has to take, and she can't afford it. Which, I mean, if you have one class to get your fucking medical degree where you can go work in a medical field and shit, don't you think you did? I'm not talking shit. Like, I'm just using this as an example because it's an easy job to obtain. Wouldn't you think you just go to McDonald's or some shit and just work so you have the money to pay for it, then pay for it, take the class, and get your fucking medical degree or whatever?
Because at that point, you're doing an internship and you're pretty much working the fucking 16-hour shifts that they do. You're working at the hospital in your last year of medical school.
No, that's what she had to get the money to do. Her
Oh,
residency or
yeah,
whatever.
that's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what she's getting the money to do. So instead of doing that, she lies on her job application. Is that what they're called? I haven't had to do one in a while. Is that
Yeah.
so? Like she has the interview with the guys, like, oh, you're missing this. She's, oh, please, mister, let me just work for you. I'll do anything. I just need this job because what I just said, blah, blah, blah. And he's, this is my livelihood in my practice. So, that would be on me, and then I would lose anything. But it doesn't matter because it turns out he's a rapist, and that's the only reason he hired her. It's because he wants to fuck her. So he says, yeah, what the hell? And fucking puts his arm on her shoulder and walks him back for all ominously. So she's happy to have this job at this fucking, what is it, plastic surgery place. And then, oh, dude, like the lowest level pimp comes in with one of his whores, and they're like trying to scam to get this free shit, identity thefting or whatever. And he's all talking, hey, baby girl, how about you come work for me and shit, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, she'd just be like, fuck you. But she doesn't. She's like falling in love with this fucking guy. Like things are going okay. As long as nothing really fucks up, you can get your money and but they don't say it, but I'm sure she's just like, fuck it, I'm already working here. What do I need to do my residency for? That's just me guessing. But so she falls in love with this fucking broke ass pimp, and they start doing fucking back alley Brazilian butt lifts where she's just like cooking up Fix-A-Flat and other chemicals to make her own silicone injections. Dude goes to jail for some shit. She becomes a lesbian. Her and her beau, or no, she's the stud. So whatever the opposite is, they go fucking on the run. Uh, she fucking the guy goes out, comes out of jail, finds she's still doing this shit. So she pulls out a gun, shoots him a couple times. He doesn't fucking die. She comes back to the fucking hospital, smothers him with a pillow, cries, goes back to the fucking park with her girlfriend and gets arrested. Dude, I laughed and laughed and laughed. This movie was terrific. So far, 2024 is shaping up to be an excellent year for cinema.
Was this were they trying to make a legit movie, or were they making
Yeah.
okay?
No, it was supposed to be legit. Like this was a deep thing because at the end of the movie, they have a real doctor in front of her practice say, Brazilian butt lifts are a big thing and it's a major cause of death in black women because you want to cheap out and just spend a couple $100 instead of going to a real place to get this shit done. So please, for the love of fuck, check out who you're dealing with and all that. And I was just like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, this lady ran around doing this shit. I fell in love with a Z grade pimp. Pimp named Slipback. Yeah, it was fucking terrific. I highly recommend everybody watch it highly.
Well, going hand in hand with that, uh, I watched a movie on the Voodoo channel, which has quite a bit of shitty movies on there, low budget kind of stuff. And I saw one that, hey, this looks all right. It's got a decent looking poster anyway, and this is called Clinic. And this is about a stripper, and she's just not making like the other girls are. And they explain to her, well, you ain't got that back. You know, you got to have that back to make money, you know, and they start like rubbing their ass on her, you know, to show her, you know, this is what it's all about. And well, fuck, man, you know, she's a single mom, you know, she thinks, well, shit, I need to make some of that big booty cash. And let me go in for a Brazilian butt lift. Yeah. And I know it's just like maybe a few months ago you went on a BBL deep dive.
The news I shouldn't well it's the black news show that they have on after the actual nightly news. And they were just like he was old Isaiah Carey. He was talking to a bunch of ladies about like fucking. I was just I kept saying BBL. It's like what the fuck are you talking about? I'm white. I don't know this shit. So I went on the internet and I was just like, they don't even look Mexican. What the fuck does Brazil have to do with this shit? And I figured it out and I was just like, oh, because you know the trannies get that shit pumped into their ass, and most of them are Brazilian. I understand, and I
I never,
figured out why they.
you know, I am uh, ignorant
Sorry, transensuals. My
of
bad.
of that subculture of people. I don't know. Uh,
Well, maybe you should widen your horizons and
well, that's
maybe watch a
right.
different kind of movie, Joe.
Clinic, you see, which is also a black cinema. Of you know, it's directed by a woman. So this queen's out there trying to make this movie. You know, uh, the thing is, okay, so this lady, single mom, stripper, not making any cash, you know, and she's got bills to pay. And so, yeah, that's, you know, if she gets some ass, she's going to make some more money. But her boyfriend, who is just maybe a month away from graduating from med school, you know, he's just got one more class that he's got to finish, Tom, not doing a residency or anything. But and I don't know what he's doing with some stripper with no money and shit, you know, but he's with her, you know, that's his lady. And plus, she ain't got no back, you know. It's a guy's about to be a doctor. But anyway, the movie's about her. He advises against it, says, no, no. She's like, well, you know, I have this whole thing. I've never felt pretty enough. I've never felt good enough, you know. And she's trying to be real heartfelt, you know, but she's not much of an actress, so it is what it is. They go to the doctor, and that, you know, it's going to be like $25,000, and she's got money. She's got like an envelope.
I just went to the bank
Yeah,
inside of the grocery store.
you didn't have any money in the last scene. Now you got 25 grand for a fucking BBL. Well, anyway, the doctor says, "Hey, we can't do it. You've got this blood clotting disease, and it's very dangerous for you." On the way out, the receptionist says, "Hey, I know this other doctor, that will do it for you on the cheap, but it's got to be cash money, cash money." And so the boyfriend goes and drops her off at some place out in the sticks, and there's some other hoes there waiting. There's like maybe three other women, and they cut to the back, and it's she's not Oriental, but she looks Oriental, so she's one of these black looking Oriental woman ladies, and she's just killing them. you know she's like starting an operation, and then she'll just fucking kill them, and that's it. That's the crux of the movie. That's what it's all about. She's chasing all these women down because they figure out what's going on. They hear the screams and all this shit, and it's just chasing them. And the shitty kills where like you see the fucking knife go up, and then there's blood that gets thrown on the wall or some shit. The boyfriend comes in there. He tries to help. Of course, he's no fucking help because this is about women, Tom. This is about women being strong. And well, fuck it. It ends. She didn't get her BBL procedure done, but and maybe I was just already dreaming at this point. But I think at the end she's like running a clinic herself where she's counseling people on being confident with what they are already, about their own looks, and you don't have to do these procedures. So, yeah, this movie is trying to make a message. This is also a very serious movie, or it wants to be, but they don't have any talent to make that kind of a movie. Unfortunately for me, this one wasn't funny, though, like the one you just talked about. This is just fucking you just trog through this thing. And I think it was close to 2 hours. I could be wrong. Maybe it just felt that way. But it's another, like, fuck, man. Somebody either gave this lady money to make this crowdfunding or whatever. Or, man, I don't know. I don't know how some of this shit gets made, financed. What, or why? Why does it get made, I
I
know
guess it's a problem in the community if we both happen to watch a fucking movie about it.
this came out at the end of 2023, and you said yours just came out too. So this is a big topic among our African American filmmaking community that they want to bring awareness to, but don't know how. Don't these particular filmmakers don't have what it takes.
Why was she killing the people? Because their flat
Oh,
asses were making her fucking sick or what?
because her daughter was died on an operating table, getting a procedure that she didn't feel her daughter needed. Her daughter also didn't feel good enough,
Was she a transphobe? Oh,
uh,
you're no son of mine.
it was just, so she's killing everybody in revenge for this. No, it doesn't make any fucking sense, you know. Yeah, it was dumb. It was just dumb and boring.
If you know of any more of these BBL movies, please let us know in the comments below. And then after that, head on over to dwnproductions.net, masks, bust, props, custom work. Maybe you want, a fat ass prosthetic you can just stick in the back of your pants instead of having it actually stuck in your ass skin. And I mean, I guess I could do it. I don't know if I'd want to, but maybe if the
Yeah,
price is right.
hit me at fastcustomshirts.com if you want me to make a shirt that says I heart BBLs, Yeah, maybe we can. I,
BBL Survivor.
yeah, yeah. BBL awareness or something, like a ribbon that's got looks kind of like a heart and an ass at the same time.
You need like a stock photo of some lady, and then so it would sell, you'd have to do it the style where you just print it off your computer and iron it on and make sure it's a low quality photo.
Yeah.
I'll take 82 for the family picnic, you see.
Mm.
You ever get people coming in wanting that?
Yes, I used to get that quite a bit. Corpus a lot, with it being uh, primarily Hispanics in the area that I lived in. Yeah, a lot of dead guy shirts. Is what I would
Hey
call.
man, no, I got the picture. I got 32 DPS. It's
Mm.
perfect.
And just wants the dates, the born and fucking died dates. Way to keep it classy, Rasa.
Some angel wings. Make it look like he's
Yeah,
in heaven.
put him in the clouds.
Oh, I think life already did, sir. But if you want that on a t-shirt, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe. Well, I dug into this thing right here,
Hmm.
and I picked it up and forgot there was this book in it. So now it's like it fell on it. So it's bent on some of it. So the resale value is going to be pretty damn terrible now. But that's not it. If you're one of these people who are like, man, I can't deal with stuff being damaged. I got my slipcase and it had a nick in it. Oh, I'm going to write an angry letter. Don't go to Barnes and Noble because they have like a protective don't steal this device on it. If you can see that little thing right there,
Yeah.
like they dug into the box all around. I didn't notice that till I fucking took the wrap off and was actually looking at it and shit. So if that kind of thing bothers you, I don't know if I would go to Barnes and Noble for shit like that. But as for me, I throw slipcases over my fucking head. I don't give a good goddamn. But Joe, Disc 1, Shaw Scope, Volume 2, The 36th Chamber of Shaolin.
Shaolin.
Yes, bless you. So this fucking it's about this dude who I think he might be Chinese. His family in town, they're just raped and pillaged and killed. So he says, "Ooh, I'm on a quest for revenge. I'm gonna go to old Shaolin and become a Liu Kang." So he does. He says, "Hey, buddies, I'm here to fucking learn kung fu and shit. I'm the best. No, no, no need to get up. I know you're in the presence of greatness and all, but you can sit down." It's like, "Oh, well, there's 35 levels that you have to go through." He's just like, "Yeah, fuck all that bullshit. I'm the best. I'll just start at the top. Thanks." And so he does, and he doesn't do well. So he starts at the bottom. And it turns out, Joe, he's as great as he says he was. Because for the most part, he pretty much breezes past everybody once he figures it out. And like he fucking completes all the training. And they said, "Hey, you're doing so good. We're going to let you be Grand Master of one of these chambers." And he says, "Fuck you. I want to add a chamber. And it's the 36th chamber where I teach the people Kung Fu." And they say, "Bitch, are you for real?" And he says, "Yes." And they say, "Banished, banished." So he's banished and goes out into the world, gets his revengeance, teaches people kung fu, and they all lived happily ever after. Oh, this was a quaint little movie that definitely came off like it was shot on some kind of sound stage, like The Sound of Music or Wizard of Oz or something. It had a look of one of those fucking movies. Probably could have used a fireball or two, maybe a flying kick or a bicycle kick. Him turning into a dragon and biting somebody in half would have been awesome. Maybe turning someone into a baby, but it was all right. I mean, I didn't hate watching it. It was just like very quaint and old timey. I'm glad it was dubbed. So if the shit was subtitled, I'd be like, oh boy. But yeah, it was okay. I'll never shop here again, but uh yeah, it was fine. Didn't didn't get into any of the special features on that disc because I didn't give a fuck. But I
Right.
did go over to disc 7 and rewatch The Boxer's Omen, which was great again. Now with the extra sensual footage that I didn't get before, I thought it might have been some gore stuff. Oh no, it was just nips pressed up against the window. Surprisingly ample for an Asian lady, I'll say that.
Well, they're
But
Chinese, Japanese, so
dirty knees, I understand, Joe. And then we all looked at those. But that's just how it goes. But yeah, I gave the movie a 4 before upon rewatching. 4.5. Go out and watch The Boxer's Omen. It's fucking great. There was a commentary track. I guess it was a Asian cinema historian who is no longer with us. I made a note to get his name and I didn't. Sorry, dog. Rest in empowerment. But it was pretty good. Like he went over a lot of the director's like work and the movie, and it was really good. I enjoyed listening to it. And then there was another special feature where some old bloke was on it talking about the director, and that was maybe about 15, 20-ish minutes. So that was pretty good. It wasn't usually when you do these Asian special features, it's a lot of subtitled shit. So it was awesome that this wasn't. And the movie, I'm not mad anymore that I spent this ridiculous amount just to get this disc because it has another movie on it, which I didn't watch yet. But the whole point that I got this fucking thing was for The Boxer's Omen. Looks
yeah.
fucking great, sounds fucking great, entertaining as hell movie. Commentary track was great. So I'm just thinking, all right, I had to buy this movie, and then I got fucking 12 other movies as a bonus feature. Yeah, fine. The price is fine. So movie's fucking dope, but I'm gonna watch the rest of this shit and we'll see how that goes, Joe. But you're a fan of the 36 chamber, you said. How about you talk a little bit about that, or don't? I don't fucking care.
You pretty much said it. It's just it's a big training film. That's pretty much all it is, and it inspired a lot more other fucking films that are just the same thing, and I'm sure many of them are in this box set. So you'll be watching different iterations of the same damn movie over and over, Tom. But hey, in this one, this guy will have like a fancy weapon he's got to overcome or something, or I don't know. I don't know. They're all right, I dig them. I don't fucking hate them like you. It's just I can't watch many of them back to back to back because they are very, very cookie cutter, I guess is the term.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one of these a week.
Mm.
So I'm trying not to do so many of the same types of movies because then they all just start melding together and it's just like, hey, this one had something in it and kind of sucked dick. Whatever. What the fuck you watch, Joe? Nothing, huh? Fuck.
Especially if they're like that. Yeah. Uh, I'll be doing the same thing. I planned to have started this week, but I didn't. Of course, had a little issue with it with disc number 3. Tom notified me that hey, on the Arrow page, they're telling people that hey, this disc is fucked. Contact us if you want to replace. I did that, and they contacted me back. Hey, we need more information because the proof of purchase, the receipt wasn't good enough, and they wanted the fucking SKU number. It's like, well, shouldn't you already fucking know that? You know what product it is. But anyway, okay, I sent them that information, and we'll see. We'll see when this replacement disc gets to me. But I will start these this week. But in the meantime, like you, I've only been going like one of these a week, and this is continuing this Mario Bava set. And I watched Knives of the Avenger. Tom, you ever heard of this one? Me neither. This is a Viking movie, Tom. It's the Italians are making a Viking movie here, and in this movie, this lady and her son, she's got a little punk son. It's whatever. She's the queen, and she hears news like, "Hey, the king's dead. The whole fucking fleet was lost at sea in a storm, and the outlaw, his name's Harold or something.
The whole outlaw Harold, the
It
lost
started,
children of the sea.
I don't know. He wants to come and he's gonna marry you. Really, he's just gonna rape you and start calling you his wife, and probably rape your kid too, right? And that was a trademark of the society. They were big into rape, you see, Tom. And, I mean, and the thing is, like these kings and queens over there, doesn't like they live in a castle or anything. They just kind of live like everybody else, which that's kind of shitty. Why would you even want to be a king if there's no fucking perks aside from all the raping, I guess? Uh, anyway, so she goes off and hides. Sure enough, old Harold's like looking for her, sending men all over looking for her. Two of them find her and the kid, and they're like, maybe they're gonna rape her, break her in a little for the king first. But this stranger shows up, Tom, and he fights them, and it's these old timey fights, where they like grapple and they like kind of throw each other around and shit, uh, and then this guy that's fighting him, he pulls out his weapon, Tom. He's a knife guy, hence the title, Knives of the Avengers. If I was some kind of prick, I would say the titular weapon, you know. So yeah, he fucking tosses these knives and they always hit their target or whatever. And the ladies will like, who's this fucker? Is he gonna try to rape me too, or what? Is he gonna try to rape my son? It's like, no, he's just a good guy. He's just there, and he's like,
I'm just gonna fuck with the dog a little.
yeah. Yeah. So the dog runs away. He's like, nah, I just want a place to stay and to eat a little, and more attacks happen. He protects them, and it turns out that he's in the area because he wants to kill that Harold guy, because that Harold guy fucked him over somehow, and he starts falling for the little boy. No, the lady. He starts falling for the lady, and she's starting to like warm up to him. Maybe they got some romance going or not, but he finally goes and confronts Harold, and they fight. Harold sets him up. He's throwing knives left and right. This guy's just like always got fucking knives, Tom. He'll throw 3 of them, fucking come out with like 6 more, and people like are fucking away, standing on a mountain. He throws it, and the guy just falls off the fucking mountain. Well, shit, Tom. Who shows up? But the king. The king's back. They were stranded for a little while, got a little lost after the storm, but now they're back. And he finds out like this guy's after his wife, and he don't like it. He's gonna go fucking kill that guy. But that guy Harold went and found the kid, kidnaps the kid, and the stranger and the king, they got beef. So they duke it out a little too. And the stranger's like, hey, I'll go save your fucking son, because you're too much of a bitch to do it. And he does, kills the bad guy, saves the son, and with the lady and the son. And well, fuck, he had feelings for her, but he's just got to ride off into the sunset, Tom. Yep. This movie's okay. It's definitely better than the other giallo or fucking horror shit that Bava was trying to do. But it's because it's a ripoff of the movie Shane, which is one of the famous westerns ever made. It's the same fucking story. You know, Shane comes in, helps the family out with these fucking people that are trying to take their land and shit. He rides away after there's feelings develop. It's the same goddamn movie. And I think what I read was like Bava, he came in and it was like a fucked up production. So he like rewrote everything. And they're saying, yeah, he saved the movie. Yeah, he ripped off another movie to save this fucking movie. So sorry, dude, you don't get props from me for that bullshit. But it is, out of this set so far, the best one. Will I recommend it? No, go watch Shane if you're gonna watch movies. So this box set is 0 for 4, and there's one more movie that I'll be talking about next week called Kill Baby Kill. That's a stupid fucking name. So I'm guessing that's a giallo or some shit, but it doesn't talk about birds or possums or crickets or something in the title. Those I know suck. Hopefully this one's not as bad. Hey, Tom left, so it's just me now. Me, T-shirt Joe here by myself. And I just want to say, now that I'm done talking about, what was it, Knives of the Avenger, that you can, hey, Tom's back, so I'll skip the commercial stuff I was about to go into. FastCustomShirts.com, DWMProductions.net. 24/7. Go to those websites. So, yeah.
It just kicked me the fuck out. Like, that thing where it says you enter the studio and you got the little camera to make sure everything's working.
Yeah.
It just set me to that. It's like, what the fuck?
That was odd. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I glanced down and I look back up and I'm in the whole fucking camera, But yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say about Knives of the Avenger.
And that's the bottom line. Hey, Joe, you like wrestling? Any wrestling shit been going on?
Here, and I did not give a shit. I knew it was on, but I just really had no desire to watch it.
Oh, I was just talking more wrestling news.
Oh, yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me, Fucking billionaires, yeah, they think they could do whatever, and usually they can and do, but sometimes it catches up with them, so fuck all of them.
Yeah. Gave her the old Mark Henry, as they say.
Yep.
Let me see here, Joe. I watched Hellmaster, starring one of your dudes from last week, old John Saxon, and co-starring another one of your favorites, the late great Flyboy Davey M. from Dawn of the Dead. Joe, this is Hellmaster.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it popped up on the old Tubi. So I was like, "Hey, I'll put this on. That's fine." What's it about? Pretty much, it's fucking, dude. I'm not even sure. To come to think about it now, it starts out with old Flyboy. He's like a news reporter at his desk, doing some story about disappearing homeless or something, and he's saying, oh, he's writing a letter to his wife or some shit. He's like, oh, I fear for your life. I may have dug too deep. And then, like, you see these ghouls coming into it, but they don't really look like ghouls. They look like they're fucking chemo patients. They're just all kind of like bald headed and shit with straggly Jason hair. I don't know what the fuck they were going for. But it's played to like, oh, they fucking fucked them or ate them or something. But then we go to like 6 months later and we're at this college and these kids are in some psychiatry class or some stupid bullshit. Who cares? It's college kids. Their fucking professor's a little weird. Turns out he's doing like super soldier experiments that turns these fucking people into these hills have eyes monsters or whatever the fuck's going on. And David Emge isn't dead. He's like hunting these fuckers down to find out what's going on. And it's just that, oh, kids and people with these needles that are going to turn them into fucking Plutos and Jasons and shit. And, I mean, it's fine. It checks all the boxes for, you know, a 90s or late 80s, early 90s horror movies to get video distribution. Creature effects, yeah, I mean, they're there. Blood, yep. Boobs, yep. 90 minutes, yep. All right, here's $25. We'll take it. Thank you. Sweet. So, I mean, it checks it all out the whole time I was watching. I was like, yeah, I could probably see Vinegar Syndrome releasing this fucking thing. And when I was looking for an image of the fucking poster, I was like, I already did. That figures. I mean, like, it has all the stuff you want, and it was fine. I wasn't watching it going, ooh! But I mean, it's, if you don't watch it, okay. If you watch it, okay. There's no memorable kills or effects that I could say, oh shit, when the fucking screwy looking, what I could assume black kid when he bled from the nose. Oh, that was crazy. It's like these people are supposed to look like these hideous creatures, but one kid's just like a fucking, just like a black kid with like a Jason hydrocephalic head. And the other one looks like, what's his nuts? Your boy from Dusk Till Dawn and Natural Born Killers, Juliette Lewis.
Hmm.
The other one just looked like him, so it's just like, well, what the fuck? So, and the makeups weren't that good. There was dude, I think legit, like the main fucking monster guy. I think they called him Billy Razorface because he had like these little cuts all over him that didn't look good. None of the fucking makeups looked good, but they were there. So, but yeah, fucking, if you want to see old Billy Razor burn, check out fucking Hellmaster with Johnny Sexton and fucking Flyboy. It's terrific and on Tubi. So, Race War the Remake's also on Tubi. Check that shit out too. Or don't. Do. I don't care. I don't get paid off it either way.
I dug into some of the films, or one of the films that I had from the fine folk at Severin Films, and this one is called No Way Home. It's all over the cover from the man that brought you Combat Shock. Well, that didn't, because I've never seen Combat Shock, but this one stars Tim Roth, and he is fresh out of prison. Tom, the beginning shows a montage of like him fighting in prison and him getting beat up in prison and fighting some more and getting thrown into solitaire. So
getting thrown into solitaire, they threw a deck of cards at him.
Yeah, but
solitary.
Despite all this shit that he's into, he gets fucking paroled out, and he's not very smart, Tom, but he's a tough guy. He knows how to, how he's a tough guy, Tom? By the way he walks. Now, what would you describe as a tough guy walk, Tom?
He watched the JCVD workout tape. You see me in movies and I walk like this.
Right. You got a little swing to your arms, and your arms are usually behind your back when you're swinging them, walking. Looks pretty fucking dumb, or the R word, retarded, that we can't say. But it looks like that,
Hey, speaking of that shit, we got to list off more things that we're not allowed to say on YouTube because somehow that last episode's over 600 views.
Yeah, that is strange.
Which was fucked because I planned on watching an Arnold movie this week too, and I didn't get to it, but I'll do it for next week just so we can have that image again.
I have a copy of Red Heat right in front of me that I'll watch this coming week. So yeah, so he goes back to his childhood home, and his brother's living there, and his brother is just like a fucking loser, just a piece of shit, and he's married to a stripper that doesn't want the fucking ex-con here in the house either. But eventually, she warms up to the guy, because he's trying to get work and shit, and but his brother keeps pulling him here and there. Hey, let's go to the strip bar and blah blah blah, and he gets into a fight there. You probably shouldn't be getting into fights if you're on parole. You can get sent back pretty quick. His brother is dealing some dope and owes money not just to the dope dealer, but to the local mob guy. And, well, fuck, you know, he's got to do some shit to get some money. Maybe his brother can help him out with it, but maybe not. Because the thing is, he's the reason that his brother was in jail, Tom. He went to prison for his brother, Tom. And his brother's not grateful. He's just a piece of shit. This movie is not a piece of shit, but it's great. It's okay. It's watchable. It doesn't make me want to rush out and watch Combat Shock. And there
He
was
won't like it.
the disc, which I already have at the shop in the box. It had a special feature like, hey, here's this short film that this guy did. I said, hey, fucking, I'll watch a short film. See what else this guy. It was called Uncle fucking Joe's Wine or something like that, and it's just some fucking Italian guy in a cellar making wine. That's all it is, and they're interviewing, hey, so why do you make wine? Oh, I do make press the grape, and that's all it is. Fucking, why would you put this on there? Why is this a special feature? What makes, but hey, I'm sure it was a good business decision from our fine, good friends over at Severin. If you're interested in this type of movie or a fan of Combat Shock, go to Severins Films or something. Just look up Severin Films.
They have a site or a URL where the hyphen isn't in it now.
Okay, good.
So,
Severin.com. Check them out. If you don't want this movie, I'm sure they got something else you'll probably want. And
or just dig in Joe's box at the next show. Sounds like it'll be in there.
probably, yeah, it will. And Double Target and everything else I've been talking about recently.
Yeah, I think that's it for me, dude.
Okay, last thing. I tried again to watch another episode of
Tales from the Crypt.
and they're divided into two stories per episode. I watched one of them, and I had enough. It was about a guy that was opening a horror collectible museum, and at the beginning he gets like a little phantasm ball, and
Is it actually a phantasm ball, or is it just like a silver nondescript sphere?
it's got the blades and shit.
Oh, okay. All right. I just, because they could have just, oh, it's just the silver ball I have. Wonder what this. Ooh.
Yeah. And all this episode is just like a lot of fan service, just like nods to this movie and that movie, and a lot of name dropping and shit. And the only thing is, the guy that's playing the guy that's putting this museum together, he looks like you would expect somebody like that to look like, fucking, heavy set with the fucking
You don't have to say it. We all know. We all know.
hat. Yeah.
That's why I had to turn away and laugh, you see, because we know.
So they got that right. Man, it was just like, fuck, I'm not gonna watch the second story, whatever it is. I don't give a shit. And I'll come back to this show again in like a couple of months or something. The only other thing, I guess, after that is I finished the most recent season of Fargo. I don't know what season it is. Really good. Not my favorite season, but this show, it's got this vibe, this thing they do where everybody overacts, but they do it just a little, and makes their characters memorable. And I don't know, there's something about it. And this episode's about a chick that's on the run from her husband, who is one of those what do you call the people that don't believe in government and all that? Whatever, they're like separatists or whatever.
Anarchists?
And they are ready to fucking fight the government at any moment or whatever. But he's also a sheriff, so I don't know. But anyway, he used to beat the shit out of her. She ran away. He's been looking for her ever
He
since.
doesn't anymore because she doesn't have hands.
Right. Yeah, and that's it. That's all I watched, Tom. Aside from the movie that we both watched this week, and this is Dead Rising Watchtower. This is based on the video game Dead Rising, which I had to look up. And it's like, oh yeah, I did play this. And the gimmick with this game was that you could use anything as a weapon. There's just like if you're walking by a fucking plant, you can pick that up, and that's a weapon. And later on, other games, I think they made 5 or 8 of these. I don't know. You could start to combine shit and make weird ass weapons. So that was part of that. But anyway, this movie, it starts out and there's already a zombie virus, and the government's kind of got it contained. They got these this medicine that you can take that'll quell the virus, and you got this wannabe online journalist.
Before I forget, we learn about this Zombrex, I think, is what it was called.
Right.
By these commercials. It's animated in the style of like a kid's drawing.
Yeah.
That's how we learn that this medication exists.
Mm-hmm. And well, he wants to, make the big time. He wants to be a real journalist, like the other guy that survived a zombie apocalypse or fucking outbreak or anyway. And that's a guy that's in the game that you play in the game. But while this is going on, this fucking Zombrex stuff, it stops working. And so the virus is breaking out there. This guy's on the run. The government's called in, and again, they're going to quarantine this place. And well, shit, if we can't fucking contain it or whatever, we got to bomb the shit out of the place so it doesn't spread, to other areas. And in between the action that's happening with this guy, we go to a newsroom, and the guy from the video game is talking to a reporter there, and he's just really direct, and it's annoying her, Tom. And this is like comic relief for the movie. And old Dennis Haysbert, he's the general, and that's the reason we're watching it, because we're doing the Dennis Haysbert horror movies, you see.
Who I just realized was the motherfucker from Major League.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look the same at all. Guess it's the facial hair and baseball hat. I don't.
Yeah, it's probably the baseball uniform as opposed to an army uniform, which we saw in this and in whatever the fucking dog movie we watched last
Battle
week.
Dogs.
Yeah, Battle Dogs. Yeah, he's playing basically the exact same character in this as he was in that. And this movie was better than I was expecting. It's not great, but fuck. I will put this over Dawn of the Dead any goddamn day. Some of the zombies look good. Some of them don't. Some of them look CGI'd as shit, or, there's like very little effort, but there is effort. Unlike Dawn of the Dead, where they just painted people blue or what.
They just showed up on the fucking film blue, Joe. God damn it. They weren't blue.
There's not to the game in the form of like this lady puts together a weapon, I guess. But the thing is, it runs a little long. There's a whole thing with a biker that's, being fucking, I don't know, just going around killing folks, stealing folks, shit, raping, whatever he wants to do. And his storyline, his interactions with our main characters just fucking boring. I didn't give a shit about him. But everything else I thought was okay. I thought those little scenes with the newsroom where they're talking to the other reporter guy, I thought he was pretty. At yeah, I could say this is all right to watch. You know, if you're sitting around doing nothing, trying to figure out what to watch instead of flipping around for an hour like I do, just watch this one. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go that far. Uh, this is everything you've ever seen in a zombie movie before. I mean, there's nothing really new here. As you were saying, the whole, oh, we gotta have these, oh, no good bikers around, because I've seen that in a few movies before. Could have dropped all that shit and been fine. This is a good general audience movie. It comes off very cheap. This is, I guess, one of the first made for streaming movies on that old Crackle.
Yeah, Crackle. That's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. I don't know if it's just because I watched or we watched the Sin City movies. I was just like, Virginia Madison's looking a little bit like Marv.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was I mean, it was fine. It wasn't like, oh, this shit, but I mean, it was very middle of the road. It's either watch it or don't. You won't be missing anything. It's just a bunch of shit you've seen before in this movie and that movie, and okay.
It doesn't have a pie fight. So got that going for it.
But it does have a clown zombie.
It does have a clown zombie, and yeah, that's another thing, and I've mentioned that before. Like in zombie movies, they always have to have some fucking ridiculous shit. Like somebody will be in a graduation cap and gown. Somebody will be a fucking in a football.
But just one, because
Yeah.
they were doing a photo shoot. The graduation didn't actually happen because, you know, there's never more than one.
So yeah, this one has a clown, and it has that opening sequence that they use again later in the film, and I hate that shit. You know, that's just like fucking you're adding time.
How did I get here? Let's rewind.
Yeah, so that sucks. That always sucks. That's one of my fucking pet peeves for movies when they do that bullshit.
And I brought up the Zombrex commercials being the animated thing because usually I like when movies bring in different kinds of styles to tell the story and shit. You know, oh, we'll bring this clay animated thing into this 2D animated world. You know, just combining shit. It was kind of jarring in this one. I didn't really care for that mixed media too much. And when they went to the newsroom with Rob Riggle and Lady, that could have probably got cut out, but they were probably like, oh, fuck, we got to add the guy from the game. Let's get a name. And you know, shoot it all out in a day and just throw it wherever. I mean, my mom had a couple giggles with it. It's like, oh, I know that guy. This guy's in this type of movie. Yeah.
I liked him. I liked the character. I liked those scenes. I liked the frustration showing on the lady reporter's face. I thought she did a good job.
Yeah, it was whatever, very middle of the road. I think on the old letterbox I gave it a 3 stars, but I didn't like it. Because there's an option, you know, you rate 1 to 5 and you can give it half stars too. And then you either click on like if you actually liked it. So, I mean, I think 3 stars and not clicking on like is fair. Like, it's fine. It's a fine movie. I'll fucking never shop here again. But, oh, wait, I will.
Well,
Oh, fuck. But hey, you can always go to dwnproductions.net if you want to look at my old art. I do masks, busts, props, custom work. Maybe you want some custom work like a clown zombie. If so, hit me up. And then go over to Fast Custom Shirts. Check out his hundreds and hundreds of t-shirt designs, all shockingly reasonably priced. You just go over there and be like, Mios Dios, I'll buy 8. And maybe, just maybe, you hit him up and say, hey, Joe, I want this shirt of a clown zombie. And then it'll be like 2 weeks and you'll be checking your email for a reply and there's nothing. But hey, you'll see him at a show in a week. So I'll just ask him in person. Hey, Joe, you ever get my email about a clown zombie? Nope.
Mm-mm.
But that's okay. We're talking about it now and I'll pretend like I'll do it for you.
Yeah. I'll check my spam folder when I get home. Like I can't check it on my phone right then and there.
For Fast Custom Shirts, head on over there. Hundreds and hundreds of t-shirt designs, most of them pretty good.
Hey, in Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man teamed up with Satana to cure Doctor Strange of his werewolfism or whatever, and Satana sacrifices her life. We'll never see her again. Over in Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man's, he's fighting with Carrion, who's just got some red dust that like works like acid. He's got a fucking henchman called the Darter that throws fucking darts, and the White Tiger's fighting with that guy while fighting with Carrion. And how does Carrion know his secret identity? How does Carrion know all this shit about him? Well, fuck. He is the clone of Dr. Warren, Tom. If you remember that guy. Yes, old
Dr. Miles Warren?
Yes.
Oh my godlin.
Whoa. So that was revealed at the end of that story. And then
Let me ask you this. Is Carrion a wayward son?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Kansas, if I'm correct. So, Spider-Man, what is this? Issue
193.
Yeah, so this continues Spider-Man's after his very bad day, and he brought all that shit on himself. He's trying to figure out, well, what the fuck's the Fly a ticket to the fucking museum for? Well, it turns out the Fly's there not to rip off the King Tut exhibition, but some old fucking shit that's on the floor above it. He sets off an explosion, and I don't know. Peter Parker's fired from the Daily Bugle, because it's like, oh, right, we gave you another chance. Now, where are those pictures? Oh, I ain't got them. Well, fuck you then. Get out of here. Yeah, fuck him, man. He's not doing his job. Fuck him, and he gets home, calls Mary Jane, and she's like, hey, fuck you, dude. You stood me up. Fuck you. Yeah, fuck him. And old fucking Betty walks in, starts hugging on it, and he's like, fuck it, let me get laid. But oh, goddamn, Ned Leeds is back, and Ned Leeds just punches him across the jaw. You sorry son of a bitch, cheating with my wife. And that's what he was doing, so fuck him, man. Peter Parker's not a likable character. Not at all. He's just a dick. He's pissed and he wants to go out and beat the shit out of the Fly if he can find the Fly. But you know what? The cops already caught the Fly, which I thought that was, hey, that's pretty cool. That's unique. That's something you don't see in a comic a whole lot. So he's got nobody to put his anger out on. So we switched to Aunt May in her new nursing home. And turns out there's a guy there that wants to kill Aunt May. It's a guy who killed Uncle Ben. He's there. What's going on there? I don't fucking know.
He's not only there, but he's also, for some reason, living in Aunt May's house.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Marv Wolfman doing a terrible job with the
Has he been doing any worse than the people who came before him there, Joe?
I don't know. The other books aren't great, but they're more entertaining than Spider-Man. It's I don't fucking know. The Carrion's a cool looking villain, at least. The Fly. Oh, I can see in all directions at once. What? He's
Yeah, he is pretty cool, huh?
no.
Well, here's everyone's favorite part of the show. It's called closing time.
Yes.
You like lists there, Joe?
I did not like lists, Tom, but I had to think of one today. I was like, what the fuck are we gonna do for the list? Oh, just all right. Sequels we wish would have happened. I don't think we've done that before. And yeah, we can just fucking rattle that off the top of the head. No fucking research involved or any bullshit. Unless I'm wrong, and they did make sequels to these, but they didn't make Hellboy 3. They made a new Hellboy, but they didn't make Hellboy 3. And I always wanted Hellboy 3. I thought the first two that old Guillermo del Toro made were pretty damn good. Wanted the third one. Will it ever happen? Highly unlikely. That's too bad.
I like them. They're cool. A bunch of cool creature shit. A little softer than I would have liked. But I mean, there's still a lot of cool shit in there, especially the second one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're good shit. I saw some of the when I went to the theater. I think it was at Universal City Walk to see the second one. They had some of the creature suits from the movie and shit in there. That was pretty cool, Joe. It's pretty cool.
Did you get to get inside a Golden Army War thing? Okay.
I think they were behind plastic or glass, maybe. My number 5 was Bad Taste. I don't know if one was ever planned, but I thought it would be kind of cool to see that guy flying the spaceship back with his brain all fucked up, going to the home planet looking to fuck shit up and see how shit goes down there. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, I'm probably glad that never fucking happened. And it's just a standalone movie, but that was about 3 minutes before we started. I couldn't think of anything else. So Bad Taste.
The next one I have on my list, and these are in no real particular order anyway. They're not getting made, so it doesn't fucking matter. Is Dread Part 2. It's fucking good Judge Dredd movie. I thought, shit, yeah, let's fucking keep going. Let's do the fucking Cursed Earth storyline. Let's do the fucking Judge Death. Now that they're taking this shit seriously or making it more like the comic, let's see what they can do with that shit. Yeah, that ain't ever gonna happen. I don't know if that movie actually made money or not, but as much as I liked it, I get it. It's not, at least in America, a hot commodity or anything, or didn't have like big name stars in it, like the fucking people here will run out and watch Aquaman or the fucking Ant-Man or shit like that. But Dread, nah, fuck it, because it's just a bunch of fucking Marvel and DC people out there. Anything else, well, fuck you.
To be fair, I'm not sure many people rushed out to see either one of those, Joe.
Oh no.
My number 4 is the Tales from the Crypt movie, The Dead Easy. It was supposed to be like some zombie shit in fucking New Orleans. It was supposed to be like a trilogy with a Demon Knight, Bordello of Blood, and then this. And for some reason, it fucking never happened. And haven't been watching the Tales from the Crypt series, which you can follow along on the reviews at the YouTube channel, the BOYGOB YouTube channel. But yeah, after watching those, like, I don't really give a fuck. It's probably better if it didn't happen.
I'd never heard of that. So, yeah, that's interesting.
Did you know that From Dusk Till Dawn was supposed to be a Tales from the Crypt movie?
I did not. I did not.
That's a shame. We didn't go over that when we talked about the From Dusk Till Dawn movies.
Well, now I know.
But I mean, you look at it now and think about it and think of the creature designs and all that. And it's like, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, for sure. Next one in my list is Sicario 3, Revenge of the Soldado or whatever. The first two Sicario movies, they're fucking badass. They are really good. But this guy, Tyler Sheridan or whatever, he's making all his money doing TV shows like Yellowstone and fucking whatever, the Mayor of Kingstown in 1962 or whatever the fuck. So he's making big money doing that shit. He probably go and fucking commit 4 or 5 months of his life to making a Sicario movie, which is unfortunate because they were really fucking good. Fuck me, I guess. The fucking second one ended on a fucking cliffhanger too. It's going back to get him. Well, fuck. No, I guess you're not.
I remember you talking about those movies. You love them.
I do.
With Antonio Banderas?
No, that was something maybe.
Or some guy who sounds like him, I'm sure, right?
Phil Del Toro.
There you go. Yeah, same guy. Same guy. The Sin City guy. Sin City 2 guy. Yeah. Well, they all look the same to me. I don't know.
In Sin City, the second one, Tom, there's a scene where Marv says, "Now that there is a dame to kill for." And I thought of you. Always like when they say the title of the movie as a part.
Joe.
Tom's going to really like that.
And I said, he said it.
Mom, did you hear?
No, she's like, I'm not watching this. All right. Sorry you don't like cinema. My number 3 is Brain Damage. Would have been nice to see what happened after he turned into a light bulb headed idiot. I guess his brain was supposed to explode and a bunch of little baby Elmers were going to pop out and wreak havoc on the city or whatever. So that would have been all right. Really, I just want to see like what happened after he turned into a fucking light bulb head, because as much as I like that movie, that ending's kind of but honestly, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like these next two would be like, yeah, that would have been dope to see, but these other three, it's just, I don't give a fuck. I was gonna put Race War on here because we had fucking 2 sequels planned and whatever, like in comic book form and whatever the fuck else we were gonna do. It's just like, yeah, it would have been nice for me to have this extra thing and do this, but who cares? Get out of your own ass, dickhead. No one's even watching this shit on Tubi, so or they might be. I don't know. I have no fucking idea.
So the next one, Tom, on my list,
Number two
is The Rundown, the movie with The Rock, where he's a bounty hunter or skip tracer or some shit like that. That was a fun movie, and I thought he could have continued that, made like 2 more, and I would have watched them. He stayed as fun, but I guess he fucking hopped on the Fast and the Furious shit and just doing a bunch of those. He was doing whatever. I mean, the guy's making money, but I think these movies would have made money too. What the fuck do I know? I don't know what makes money, apparently, because I'm not fucking rich.
My number 2 would have been fucking awesome. And this was planned it was brought up as an idea, and the far up said, it's a pretty good idea, but it never came to fruition, Joe. And it was not only a Friday the 13th sequel, but it was a Cheech and Chong sequel as well, called Cheech and Chong Meets Jason. That would have been fucking awesome.
I don't know if it would have been. I would have
It
watched.
would have been. Yeah, dude, just for the novelty and shit, that would have been fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Like, would it be a technically good movie? But
the Cheech and Chong movies, they got probably even shittier than the fucking Jason movies did towards the
turn
end.
in next week for fucking Black History Month and we talk about the Cheech and Chong movies.
It's on my number one. Punisher Warzone. I would have liked to have seen maybe 2 more movies with what's his name, Ray Stevenson as the Punisher. It's like, hey, they got the fucking Punisher right. This is a fun movie. You know, he's out there fucking killing folks in violent ways. And that's all I want from a Punisher movie. I don't want the Punisher to be sitting in a corner crying, you know, like some bitch. And yeah, they got it right. And it was fun. And it was like, fuck yeah, man. Let's do another one. Nah, fuck you, Joe. We ain't doing another one. We're going to do a series where the Punisher cries.
He's about a third of his size. That Punisher Warzone's fucking dope. Number 1, Joe. The Host 2.
They were supposed to do that, right?
Yeah, they sure were. So all these except the Bad Taste one they were supposed to do. So we'll see. Probably not, though, now that he's an Academy Award guy and all. But
Probably back to Monsters, you know, after doing that.
But a couple years ago when I rewatched The Host, it was like, yeah, it was still cool, but not as good. So, and the CGI doesn't hold up so much.
Yeah.
At the time, it was like, oh, a technical marvel. Even though for some reason, like Asia's, like they do all these fucking, gadgets and technical stuff before we do and shit. Their CGI fucking, it always looks kind of fucking garbage when you watch even these new Asian movies.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on? Everything looks like battle dogs.
Yeah, I almost rewatched The Host a few months back, but then I remembered what you said, and it's like, let me just hold on to my good feelings of the movie for a little while longer. I know I'll eventually rewatch it again because I've got the DVD and I'm going through all my old shit, I'll get to it.
It's worth a watch. It's still fucking cool. It's not like, yeah, it's fucking awesome. Yeah, it's all right. But Joe, 400 episodes next week. Can you believe it?
Whoa.
So we got a special list here. And you're going to love it. It's going to be our top 5 favorite lists that we've done.
A list of lists.
DWNProductions.net. Once again, my art. I do masks, busts, props, custom work. So if you're into that, check it out. If you want something custom made, let me know. After that,
FastCustomShirts.com. Head on over there and buy a couple of shirts so I can buy a new wallet. Yeah, this fucking hunk of leather here. Not going to cut it anymore, unfortunately. Do not throw your wallets in the washing machine. Fast Custom Shirts, and you can throw them in the washer and dryer and do all that fun stuff. But wallets, I do not recommend.
everybody, thank you for listening. We appreciate it for sure. Have a great week. And if we survive, we will see you next week. BOYGOB.